stand. And I like your Halloween costume, by the way. Yeah, I still have my own, right? Yeah. So Harasan is the manager in Rakuten, and he will like to talk about how does the manager contributes to the team. Harasan, do so.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for coming Rakuten Tech Conference today. And this is the maybe fourth time held in Osaka branch. And today, the most guests came here in our history. I had around 80 people come here today, and I'm very honored. And thank you for everyone coming again. And please enjoy the remaining session. And thank you for the great staffs to prepare this wonderful conference. Thank you. And today I'd like to introduce about manager's work from my experience. And if you have a question, please ask me after the presentation. And after this session, we hold the networking time in this room. Please discuss together later. And here is the agenda today. Okay, today's title is How Does the Manager Contribute to the Team? I'd like to say manager is not only approver, but also coaching, recruiting, and also. And today's target listener is here. Maybe most of people don't know the manager's work, and someone has a negative impression for manager. And manager is hard to talk or think much greater, more powerful, and influential than they really do. Okay, and I'd like to change your impression after this presentation, and we'll understand the manager role and want to work with manager together and want to be manager. Okay, before starting presentation, I'd like to introduce myself briefly. My name is Takafumi Hara. I'm working as a vice senior manager, and we are developing these services, Raku and car service, Rakuten, and so on. It's mainly focused on O2O area. O2O is an offline to online, online to offline. And for example, user reserve a restaurant on the internet. This is online. And go to store, real store. This is offline. Okay. And in my career, I started work as an engineer in the system provider, and I developed the system mainly for university. And course registration system or to check class cancellation or makeup class on the mobile phone. And in Rakuten, I started PHP engineer. I was in charge of delivery, download, and Rakuten broadband and dining service. And after that, I also worked as a producer, and I became a manager at the dining service at 2016. And this career path is as usual as engineer in Rakuten. And someone became the manager from the producer. My hobby is snowboarding, favorite sports, and drinking beer is also favorite. Okay. And I'd like to introduce Osaka branch, and according to described, many foreigners are working in Osaka branch, not only tech side, but also business side. And many people from China, Philippines, India, and we are hiring great engineer every day. And if you're interested in this position, please ask me and our GHR person. And I ask the question, how many people is a student? Oh, so many students. And now we open the new grads position. Okay, please ask me later. And in addition, our office renewed it on May, and it's very comfortable and improve our satisfaction. And I use some picture in this slide, and not related to the presentation, but please check it. Okay, let's start the main topics. At first, I introduce the difference between a leader and manager. In general, it is this difference is following points. Leader creates a vision, and managers creates a goals. And departure of the leaders is a future, and the departure of manager is a present and members. And manager becomes desperate to help with the successful of members. And to grow up member is very important responsibility for manager, and it is most different point between leader and managers. And it means managers should be tied to every action raising members. And what does managers do? Is at first I do a goal setting and we share the figure which wants to become between members and managers. And I make the group goal based on a higher organization and now a very moment at that time. And I am pursuing up a group target with members from this week. And what kind of career plan and what kind of direction you want to grow up through those goals. And how much period because member is grow up and I examine it with members. And based on company, wide mission and vision and you advance. And for example, the goal is to get rid bug in QA and give quality. We think again deeply. How do you achieve this target? You make a coding agreement to prepare the quality of all members, or make the standardize of the review, or introduce pair programming as a concrete action when it is. And we can change it into taking action more concrete. And Rakuten set up a great standard for an individual to grow up to an employment through the training called R Basics from this year. It's written the role and action in concrete content every grade. It is very helpful for us, and Rakuten can support the growth of member effectively. And next is the important part to grow up members. One-hour meeting. We adapt one-hour meeting from last year, and it's gradually spread among each organization. And the meeting is not evaluation, an instruction or an order from manager. The purpose is hearing the story of the members. And manager deeply concerned about members' background. And this technique adapted in Google and Yahoo. And I also read a book of Yahoo's 101. And I hold one-hour meeting almost once a week. Through one-hour meeting, I support the growth of the member and teaching and coaching through a cycle of the feedback to grow up effectively earlier. During one meeting, I value two things. One is psychological safety. In 5 phases of desire of Maslow, it defines the grade of the desire. If we want to be a higher level, you must be saved the lower level. The manager is necessary to secure other desires for a member because many people demand a desire of the self-actualization. And in the meeting, it is necessary to establish the psychological safe with the member as well. There must not be the contempt for the things which pride and member make much of it. But when we started one meeting, managers did not understand it. Rather than there was the groups becoming the place of the sermon to a member. Then member came to dislike this meeting, and the member only think somehow to get over the meeting of 3 minutes. We gradually penetrate it now, and many groups can listen to worries of the members. Another one is a past goal theory of leadership. Then it is necessary to use it properly, being conscious of following leadership's method. And when it is said, what kind of one supporting it. Because there is an experienced person, like a next manager in this team, or there is a new grads who just entered the company this year. When I use the same method to those members uniformly, I do not get along well. For new grads, when I think about the support to member with a little experience, I ordered a concrete action to directive more and suggest it. On the other hand, I carry out a meeting for the experienced person to draw members' opinion and listen to the background. It is more supportive. The essence of the one-on-one meeting does not give an opinion of the manager. It is important to know what is problem or what kind of process is through about from the members. A member considers by oneself and become able to act. It is a final goal when a manager bring up them. Okay, I study every day to be able to make this one-on-one meeting more effective. Okay, and the manager also make a training for members. In Rakuten, many trainings hold every month recently, but it is difficult when hold it or what kind of training will hold. And manager need to contact trainer directly or make the training program with them. It is one of the important role of managers. There are some trainings hold recently, will hold later. And the other hand, manager can training. We can grow up through these trainings. And the other topics change. Next is hiring. As you may know, Rakuten releases new service every year and develops service more than 70 now. And Enter for mobile business was reported on TV recently. And I told it in the self-introduction. Rakuten is a service we released newly last year. And even a car service released car washing service this year. And a great talent is necessary to expand and to grow up these services continuously. And so managers moved for various hiring activity to find a great talented person. One of event is participation in internship event as adoption in recent Japan. Flow entering the company through internship becomes mainstream. And I asked the question, how many people to participate in internship? Oh, 3 people, okay. And depend on the company, the personal affairs only attend this event, but in Rakuten, on-site manager participate in event. And I have a talk with many students, mainly for full day on the holiday, and adapt a student in the internship. Okay, and next is I seem to say many times, Rakuten is a service company in-house, and the manager thinks about how it is given service to have a user satisfied to improve service with members. I lead a project as a producer or make a product from product manager's viewpoint, but we should look at the whole service from the higher perspective. One is the stakeholder management. I build a good relationship with a stakeholder, becomes the problem of the communication, and may a negotiation to the other groups. The movement as an engineer is similar to. Manager sometimes consider language to use by a development as a lead engineer, and may examine it, what you make a framework, and think a development method. Sometimes coding, because we love the coding. Okay. Okay, conclusion. How does the manager contribute to the team? It is not only direct to the service, but also contribute through encourage members and grow up members. And as a result, our service continuous growth. Main person of the work is the members. And the manager should become a backseat player. But manager can have the relationship with many people, not only stakeholders, but also HR people or accounting and secretary or university professor. And it's very, very fun. I want to work with more people in the future. Okay, thank you for listening today.
Thank you, Harasan. Yeah, here's the time for questions. We have you have questions to yourself? Okay. Okay. If you have any question, please raise your hand. I will be glad to come to you.
Hi. My question is very simple, I think. I saw that in your presentation, you made a separation between the role of the leader and the manager. And these days, these two are usually combined into one. So I would like to understand from you if do you think that there is any overlapping of these two roles, or they should be treated as two separated things?
I think yes, sometimes combined, and the manager focus on the members, but sometimes manager change the leader of the project, and the leader is leading the project, but manager is focus on the members, grow up the members. It is main topics. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, for who is the top in the top level, manager or leader?
No. Maybe CEO is sometimes leader and manage the people. I think.
So manager can hire leader or leader can hire manager.
Only manager can hire the leader. Leader not only